On this problem, we're asked to find the limit as x approaches 16 of the square root of x minus 4 divided by x minus 16. So the first thing naturally that you want to do is plug in this 16, but you can see that's going to be an immediate problem. We plug in a 16, take the square root, we get a 0 on top, that's fine. But we plug in a 16 in the denominator and we get a 0 on bottom in the denominator. So that's going to be 0 divided by 0. That's undefined. That's not helpful at all. So we need to figure out a way to solve this and make some changes to this so that we don't get 0 over 0, because it probably still has a limit. So the strategy on this is to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the numerator. And the conjugate of the numerator, we see we have square root of x minus 4. The conjugate of that is the square root of x plus 4. Okay, so let's multiply. Let me put some parentheses around here. And we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the square root of x plus 4. Okay, let's see what happens when we do that. So, nice thing about multiplying the conjugate is that things typically can't, well, they always cancel out and become much simpler. So, multiply the square root of x and the square root of x. That's just going to give us x. So let me go ahead and write this down. It's approaching 16. So we get square root of x and square root of x, which is x. And then our middle terms will cancel because you can see square root of x times 4 is 4 square root of x. And then negative 4 times square root of x is negative 4 square root of x. So you can see those two will cancel. And then minus 16. So we get an x minus 16 on top. On bottom we have x minus 16 times square root of x plus 4. Okay, cancel out those two middle terms, and you can see that we are left with x minus 16 in the numerator and x minus 16 times square root of x plus 4 in the denominator. Now, this can be reduced, but be careful when you do this, because sometimes I see mistakes happen on this. When you reduce these, the whole thing doesn't turn into just square root of x plus 4. Okay, you reduce it by basically dividing it out, which anytime you divide something by itself, it's left with a 1. So there's going to be a 1 left in the numerator, and the square root of x plus 4 term is still in the denominator. Okay, so this will turn into the limit as x approaches 16 of 1 over square root of x plus 4. Now, this means that this function right here, 1 over the square root of x plus 4, is the same as this original up here, so long as x is not equal to 16, because then you have a problem. But we don't care about when it's equal to 16, because we're finding the limit as it approaches 16. So it's fine to make this change right here. And now if we plug in the 16, we should get something that's a lot better than 0 over 0. So square root of 16 plus 4 equals 1 over 4 plus 4 equals 1 over 8. So instead of 0 over 0, we actually get the limit of 1 over 8.